What's up, everybody? We're going to play Wordle, and it's going to be for Sunday, April 20, 2025. Today, we got to do null. Yes, indeed, because we did cork the other day, ended with a K, so we got to begin with a K. We're going to do null, which we have had already, but the N, the O, and the L are pretty solid letters. How did null do? Okay, let's start from scratch. Let's just do stare. And we have a T and an A. Okay. We could start that way. We could start with TA. You know, you could do something like tatty. Excuse me. I think we have to be careful, though, because there's these aunt words, okay? Daunt would be a good one. Daunt would be a good one. Now, if we get stuck with the aunt, we have had taunt, so we don't have to worry about that, even though it would work in this case. We have had gaunt. We might not have had haunt yet. We did have jaunt. Wow. And we haven't had vaunt. So the bottom line is, we are setting ourselves up for this trap. And that's assuming that it even is this structure. But yeah, daunt and haunt are the only ones that I'm a little concerned about. So I mean, if it is aunt, I mean, I should be able to get it by guess 4. Yeah, I'll go with daunt first. It's the first thing that came to mind. Did we get a daunt in 3? No, and it's not even. Okay, not even what we were looking at. So that's funny. It still leaves room for tatty. Shoot. All right, now we've got some issues here. We've got some serious issues. So we've got, darn it, we've got tatty. I think taffy. And tabby, like a tabby cat. That's pretty scary, actually. The good news is I actually, I will check my settings. Yep, we're in hard mode. But we could, now I'm in survival mode, okay? Because, that's too scary to go down all the way to the 6th guess with tabby, tatty, and taffy. So I would love to, I guess, test. Oh my gosh, there's also batty. Batty is the way to go, right? We've had it. We had batty. Holy cow. The thing is that, oh no. And then there's also fatty, which is probably pretty unlikely. So batty would get me, and by the way, there's also patty, but I know we had patty. So here's the deal. Oh, geez, and then there's caddy. All right, let's think about this. Oh, wow. I'm very nervous. Okay, let's think about batty. Now, there's no way it's going to be the answer. However, it would identify an addy structure, which still would leave us with caddy. Shoot. Caddy, tatty. Caddy and tatty. And I think it would be very unlikely to be fatty, but you never know. Okay, you never know. So since it probably ends in the Y, maybe I should, let's, what I want is like, actually, holy cow, batch. Maybe batch would be good because then I'm going to have some, that'll help me get like tabby. That would help me identify caddy. And batch actually could be an answer. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had batch. I actually really like that. I think it'll help me narrow things down quite a bit. Do we get batch in 4? Oh. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the och trap. All right, here we go, guys. Oh. We had watch. We haven't had patch yet. We had hatch. We had catch. So it's down to patch and match. Do we get patch in 5? Ouch. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That was insane. But I think batch was the right play because I really needed to be able to identify tabby. I needed to be able to identify tabby. Wow. I'm going to be honest, guys. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm delighted with today's result. That is a really, really vile trap. And thank goodness I knew about the watch and the hatch. Okay. I think match is still possible. So I would have been extremely nervous to have to get it down to 6. Oh, and we also had catch. So it's so helpful in these cases to remember these. And thank God I got rid of some other letters that could have worked, like the L. We could have had latch. Oh. Well, there you have it, guys. Tough one. Okay. And sadly, that's a nasty, horrible trap, especially if you don't detect that until guess number 4 or 5. And if you don't really remember some of the previous ones, that could be a fail. Okay. I'll leave it up to you guys to do the post analysis, like whether you like to use Squirtle Calcal, but I'm just going to leave it like that and leave the scene of an emergency here because that could have really, that could have been a bad one. All right. Guys, tomorrow, since Noel ended with L, we're going to use a little bit of lingo, okay? Lingo it is, Lingo for tomorrow. Let's hope that we don't get stuck in such a precarious situation as we did today, okay? Hope you enjoyed the solve, guys. That was, trust me, I can feel the heart beating. That was really nerve-wracking, but we're good, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next round of a Wordle.